In this video, I will discuss the general theme of cultivating resilience through Stoic philosophy. We will explore how the Stoic teachings, particularly those of Marcus Aurelius, can help us navigate and overcome the challenges and obstacles we face in life. By adopting a Stoic mindset, we can learn to detach ourselves from external judgments, handle disrespect with grace, and maintain our inner tranquility. I will delve into 10 Stoic lessons inspired by Marcus Aurelius that can guide us in dealing with disrespect. These lessons will emphasize the importance of focusing on our character, practicing empathy, maintaining self-respect, and responding with kindness and respect. By applying these Stoic principles, we can develop resilience, grow as individuals, and find peace amidst the turmoil of disrespect. Be a strong Stoic and watch to the end. Lesson 1. Recognizing that disrespect is external and not a reflection of your own worth. In the philosophy of Stoicism, one of the core principles is understanding that our worth as individuals is not determined by external factors, including the opinions or judgments of others. Marcus Aurelius, a prominent Stoic philosopher and Roman emperor, repeatedly emphasizes the importance of recognizing that the opinion of others is not our concern. Disrespect can often be hurtful and challenging to deal with, as it may feel like a personal attack on our character or abilities. However, Stoicism teaches us to adopt a different perspective. Instead of internalizing the disrespect and allowing it to affect our self-worth, we are encouraged to view it as an external judgment that does not define us. Imagine a situation where you have put in a lot of effort into a project or task, only to have someone disrespectfully dismiss your work. It's natural to feel hurt or frustrated in such a situation. However, by practicing Stoicism, you can shift your focus from seeking validation to recognizing your own intrinsic value. Remember, the opinions of others are subjective and can be influenced by various factors such as personal biases, jealousy, or their own insecurities. Their disrespect says more about them than it does about you. By understanding this, you can detach yourself from the negative impact of their opinions. For instance, let's say you are a writer and have published a book. Despite positive feedback from readers, someone criticizes your work harshly, questioning your writing abilities. Instead of allowing their disrespect to undermine your confidence, remind yourself that their judgment is merely one person's opinion among many. Your worth as a writer is not contingent upon their judgment alone. Moreover, Stoicism encourages us to focus on what we can control. While we cannot control how others perceive or treat us, we have complete control over our own thoughts, actions, and responses. By shifting our attention towards our own character and principles, we can build a solid foundation of self-worth. Rather than seeking external validation, Stoicism teaches us to prioritize living according to our own values and principles. Marcus Aurelius reminds us that the true worth of a person is measured by the good they do. Therefore, instead of allowing disrespect to diminish our self-worth, we can redirect our energy towards being virtuous, compassionate, and contributing positively to the world. In summary, recognizing that disrespect is external is an essential Stoic lesson. By understanding that it is not a reflection of our own worth, we can detach ourselves from the negative impact of others' opinions. Stoicism teaches us to focus on our character, principles, and the intrinsic value we bring to the world. By doing so, we can maintain our self-worth, navigate disrespect with grace, and continue to grow as individuals. Remember, the opinion of others is not your concern. Stay stoic and hold on to your own sense of worth till the end. Lesson 2. Focusing on your character rather than seeking validation from others. In Stoicism, the emphasis is placed on developing and nurturing our own character rather than relying on external validation for our sense of self-worth. Marcus Aurelius, a prominent Stoic philosopher and Roman emperor, reminds us that the true measure of a person's worth lies in the good they do. When we seek validation or approval from others, we become dependent on their opinions and judgments. This can lead to fluctuations in our self-esteem and a sense of insecurity. Stoicism offers an alternative approach by encouraging us to place our focus on building our character and living in accordance with our own principles. Imagine a scenario where you are working on a project or pursuing a passion, and you encounter someone who disrespects or belittles your efforts. It is natural to feel discouraged or doubt your abilities in such a situation. However, by practicing Stoicism, you can shift your attention from seeking external validation to cultivating your own virtues and principles. Rather than allowing the disrespect to undermine your sense of self-worth, remind yourself of the qualities that you value and strive to embody. For example, if you are passionate about writing, focus on developing your skills, expressing your unique perspective, and creating meaningful content. By aligning your actions with your principles, you create a sense of purpose and fulfillment that is independent of external validation. Stoicism teaches us to prioritize the cultivation of virtues such as wisdom, courage, justice, and compassion. These virtues are within our control and can be developed through conscious effort. By placing our focus on embodying these virtues, we become less reliant on the opinions of others and more grounded in our own sense of self-worth. Moreover, Stoicism encourages us to take responsibility for our own actions and choices. By focusing on our character, we acknowledge that our worth is not determined solely by external factors, but by the integrity and moral choices we make. This means being true to ourselves and living in alignment with our own values regardless of how others perceive or judge us. For instance, let's say you have a passion for painting, and someone criticizes your artwork, questioning your talent. Instead of allowing their disrespect to deter you, focus on the growth and improvement you can achieve through your artistic journey. Embrace the process of learning, experimenting, and expressing yourself through your art. By nurturing your own character and embracing your passion, you can find fulfillment and satisfaction, irrespective of external validation. In summary, focusing on your character rather than seeking validation from others is a crucial Stoic lesson. By prioritizing the development of virtues and living in accordance with your own principles, you can nurture a sense of self-worth that is independent of external opinions. Remember, the true measure of your worth lies in the good you do, in the virtues you embody. Stay stoic and continue to build your character till the end. Lesson 3. Practice empathy. Disrespect often stems from the insecurities and struggles of others. By practicing empathy, we can gain a better understanding of the pain and challenges that might be driving someone's disrespectful behavior. This understanding allows us to respond with compassion rather than reacting with anger or frustration. Empathy is the ability to put ourselves in someone else's shoes, to see the world through their eyes, and to connect with their emotions. It is the practice of recognizing and acknowledging the humanity in others, even when they are behaving disrespectfully towards us. When we encounter disrespect, our natural inclination may be to retaliate or defend ourselves. However, Stoic philosophy teaches us to rise above such impulses and respond with kindness and understanding. By doing so, we not only maintain our own inner peace, but also have the potential to positively influence the person who is disrespecting us. To illustrate the power of empathy, let's consider an example. Imagine you are working on a group project and one of your teammates consistently undermines your ideas and questions your abilities. Their disrespectful behavior is demoralizing and makes you feel undervalued. Instead of confronting them with anger or withdrawing from the situation, you decide to practice empathy. You reflect on the fact that everyone has their own insecurities and struggles. Perhaps your teammate feels threatened by your expertise and is trying to assert their own value. Recognizing this, you choose to approach the situation with understanding. You take the time to listen to their perspective, validate their contributions, and offer assistance when needed. By showing empathy, you create an opportunity for a more productive and respectful collaboration. Practicing empathy in the face of disrespect not only benefits the other person, but also enhances our own growth and resilience. It allows us to break the cycle of negativity and maintain our integrity. By responding with compassion, we show that we refuse to be dragged into a spiral of negativity and instead choose to rise above it. It's important to note that practicing empathy does not mean accepting or condoning disrespectful behavior. It means responding to disrespect with understanding and kindness, while also setting boundaries and asserting our self-respect. Stoic philosophy teaches us to focus on what is within our control, our own actions and reactions, rather than getting entangled in the uncontrollable actions of others. By cultivating empathy, we not only foster better relationships, but also contribute to a more compassionate and understanding world. Through empathy, we can build bridges of connection, defuse conflicts, and inspire positive change. In summary, practicing empathy when faced with disrespect is a powerful Stoic lesson. It allows us to understand the struggles and insecurities that may be driving someone's disrespectful behavior. By responding with compassion and kindness, we maintain our own inner peace and have the potential to influence others positively. Practicing empathy aligns with the Stoic principle of focusing on what is within our control and helps us navigate challenging situations with grace and resilience. Lesson 4. Cultivate inner tranquility. In the face of disrespect, it is natural to feel a surge of anger or frustration. However, Stoicism teaches us that our emotions are within our control, and it is up to us to choose how we respond to external events. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, reminds us, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." This means that we have the ability to cultivate inner tranquility despite the disrespect we encounter. To cultivate inner tranquility, we must first understand that disrespect from others is often a reflection of their own insecurities and struggles. It is not a true measure of our worth or character. By recognizing this, we can detach ourselves from the negative emotions that disrespect may evoke within us. We can choose not to let the disrespectful behavior of others affect our inner peace. One way to cultivate inner tranquility is through mindful breathing and meditation. When faced with disrespect, take a moment to pause and take a few deep breaths. Allow yourself to observe the disrespectful behavior without immediately reacting to it. By doing so, you create a space between the external event and your response, enabling you to choose a more calm and reasoned reaction. Another technique is reframing the situation. Instead of viewing disrespect as a personal attack, see it as an opportunity for growth and self-improvement. Remember the Stoic principle of amor fati, the acceptance of all that happens, including disrespect. Embrace the challenge and see it as a chance to strengthen your character and resilience. Practicing gratitude is also an effective way to cultivate inner tranquility. When faced with disrespect, take a moment to reflect on the things you are grateful for in your life. This shift in focus redirects your attention away from the negativity and helps you maintain a peaceful mindset. Moreover, Stoicism encourages us to adopt a broader perspective. Marcus Aurelius reminds us of the transient nature of external events and opinions. Everything is ephemeral, with what remembers and what is being remembered. By reminding ourselves of the impermanence of disrespect, we can detach ourselves from its power and maintain our inner peace. It is important to note that cultivating inner tranquility does not mean suppressing or denying our emotions. Stoicism encourages acknowledging and understanding our emotions, but not letting them dictate our actions. By practicing mindfulness, reframing situations, practicing gratitude, and embracing a broader perspective, we can find a sense of calm amidst disrespect. Stoicism teaches us that true strength lies in our ability to control our reactions and maintain our composure in the face of adversity. By cultivating inner tranquility, we become resilient and unshaken by the disrespectful actions of others. We learn to respond with wisdom, kindness, and respect, rather than succumbing to anger or negativity. So, I encourage you to stay stoic and watch this video till the end, as we delve further into these Stoic lessons on handling disrespect. By implementing these principles in your life, you can find inner tranquility, maintain your integrity, and navigate the challenges that come your way with grace and resilience. Lesson 5. Maintain self-respect. One of the fundamental teachings of Stoicism is the importance of maintaining self-respect, regardless of external circumstances or opinions. Stoics understand that our worth does not rely on the validation or approval of others, but rather on our own actions and adherence to our principles. When faced with disrespect, it is natural to feel hurt, angry, or even tempted to retaliate. However, Stoicism encourages us to rise above such reactions and instead focus on preserving our own self-respect. By doing so, we retain our integrity and uphold our values, regardless of how others treat us. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, emphasizes the significance of self-respect. He writes, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. Therefore, guard accordingly, and take care that you entertain no notions unsuitable to virtue and reasonable nature." This reminds us that our thoughts and actions should align with our own sense of virtue, regardless of external circumstances. Maintaining self-respect in the face of disrespect requires understanding and accepting that we cannot control how others treat us. Marcus Aurelius advises, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Stoics recognize that our power lies in our response to external events, not in trying to control them. To maintain self-respect, it is crucial to stay true to our principles and not compromise our values simply to seek validation or acceptance from others. The Stoics believe that living a virtuous life is its own reward, and external validation should not be the primary goal. Epictetus, another influential Stoic philosopher, reminds us that no man is free who is not master of himself. This implies that our freedom and self-respect come from within, independent of how others perceive or treat us. When faced with disrespect, it is important to remember that the opinions of others do not define our worth. We must cultivate a strong sense of self and a clear understanding of our values, allowing us to navigate through disrespectful situations with grace and dignity. For instance, let's say you encounter someone who belittles your career choices. Instead of feeling diminished or questioning your decisions, remind yourself of the reasons behind your choices and the satisfaction you derive from your work. Recognize that their disrespect stems from their own limited perspective or insecurities, and it does not diminish the value you find in your chosen path. Maintaining self-respect also involves setting healthy boundaries. Stoics believe that we should not allow the actions or opinions of others to affect our inner tranquility. By establishing boundaries, we protect our inner tranquility. By establishing boundaries, we protect ourselves from being easily swayed by external judgment. If someone consistently disrespects you, it may be necessary to distance yourself from that person or limit your interactions with them in order to maintain your self-respect and emotional well-being. In the face of disrespect, Stoicism encourages us to respond with dignity and kindness rather than reacting impulsively or seeking revenge. By responding calmly and respectfully, we demonstrate our strength of character and refuse to be dragged into negative behavior. This does not mean we condone disrespect, but rather that we choose to rise above it and maintain our own moral compass. In conclusion, maintaining self-respect is a vital aspect of Stoic philosophy. By recognizing that our worth comes from within and does not depend on external validation, we can navigate disrespect with grace and integrity. Stoicism teaches us to focus on our own actions, adhere to our principles, and respond to disrespect with kindness and respect. By nurturing our self-respect, we uphold our values and find inner tranquility amidst the challenges of life. Lesson 6. Seek wisdom in criticism. Criticism, despite its initial sting, can be a valuable tool for self-reflection and personal development. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, wrote, "The best way to avenge yourself is to not become like that person." This advice aligns with the Stoic principle of responding to negativity with wisdom and virtue. When faced with disrespectful criticism, it is essential to separate the delivery of the message from its content. Instead of allowing ourselves to be consumed by anger or hurt, we can choose to focus on the underlying message and seek the wisdom it may hold. This requires a level of emotional detachment and objective analysis. To effectively extract wisdom from criticism, we can follow these steps. 1. Maintain composure. Take a moment to pause and regain your composure. Remind yourself that you have control over your emotional response. This will allow you to approach the criticism with a calm and rational mindset. 2. Separate the delivery from the content. Disrespectful criticism often comes wrapped in hostility or rudeness. In order to extract value from the message, detach yourself from the emotional tone and focus solely on the substance of the critique. 3. Analyze the content objectively. Look beyond the disrespectful language or manner in which the criticism was delivered. Seek to understand the core message being conveyed. Are there valid points or areas for improvement highlighted? Is there an opportunity to learn something valuable? 4. Embrace a growth mindset. Adopt a growth mindset that views criticism as an opportunity for growth rather than a personal attack. Remember that even the most accomplished individuals have room for improvement. By embracing constructive criticism, we can identify areas that need attention and take steps to enhance our skills or behavior. 5. Filter the criticism. Evaluate the criticism with discernment. Not all criticism is constructive or accurate, especially when delivered disrespectfully. Consider the source, their intentions, and whether the feedback aligns with your core values and goals. Discard baseless or malicious criticism that does not contribute to your growth. 6. Implement changes. Once you have extracted value from the criticism, take action to implement the necessary changes. Use the insights gained to improve your skills, behavior, or approach. Remember that Stoicism is not just about intellectual understanding, but also about putting principles into practice. By seeking wisdom in criticism, we demonstrate strength of character and the willingness to learn and grow. This Stoic perspective allows us to transform disrespectful criticism into an opportunity for personal development. It enables us to rise above negativity and use it as fuel for self-improvement. It is important to note that not all criticism deserves our attention or consideration. Stoicism teaches us to discern between constructive feedback and baseless negativity. We should focus on the former, as it provides an opportunity for growth, while disregarding the latter to maintain our inner peace and self-worth. In conclusion, seeking wisdom in criticism is a powerful Stoic lesson that enables us to grow and develop as individuals. By separating the delivery from the content, analyzing the message objectively, and embracing a growth mindset, we can extract valuable insights even from disrespectful criticism. This approach aligns with the Stoic philosophy of responding to adversity with wisdom and virtue, and it empowers us to use criticism as a catalyst for personal growth. By staying stoic and open-minded, we can learn from every experience, including disrespectful criticism, and continue on our journey towards wisdom and self-improvement. Lesson 7. Practice detachment. Stoicism teaches us that we should not be overly concerned with external opinions and judgments because they are beyond our control. This includes the disrespect we may encounter from others. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, reminds us that you have power over your mind, not outside events. This philosophy encourages us to detach ourselves from the need for approval, as it can lead to unnecessary suffering and frustration. When we encounter disrespect, our initial instinct might be to react defensively or retaliate. However, by practicing detachment, we can choose a wiser and more stoic response. Detachment does not mean ignoring or suppressing our emotions. Rather, it involves recognizing that we have the power to choose how we respond. To practice detachment in the face of disrespect, we can start by shifting our focus inward. Instead of relying on external validation, we can cultivate self-worth and confidence from within. This involves being aware of our own values, principles, and actions and aligning them with our authentic selves. By doing so, we build a solid foundation of self-respect that is not easily shaken by outside judgment. Detachment also requires us to remind ourselves that we cannot control how others perceive or treat us. We should not allow their disrespect to define us or affect our sense of worth. We can choose to let go of the need for approval and acceptance from others, understanding that their opinions are subjective and often influenced by their own biases and insecurities. A helpful practice in cultivating detachment is to develop a sense of perspective. In the grand scheme of things, the disrespectful behavior of others is often insignificant. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, everything is ephemeral, both what remembers and what is being remembered. By recognizing the impermanence of disrespect, we can avoid attaching too much importance or significance to it. This perspective allows us to focus on what truly matters in our lives, such as personal growth, meaningful relationships, and pursuing our goals. Furthermore, practicing detachment can help us respond to disrespect with grace and composure. Instead of reacting impulsively or defensively, we can choose to respond calmly and respectfully. This does not mean that we condone or accept disrespectful behavior, but rather that we refuse to let it affect our own behavior and integrity. By responding with kindness and respect, we demonstrate our inner strength and character, regardless of how others may treat us. Stoicism teaches us that our happiness and well-being should not be dependent on external circumstances or the opinions of others. By practicing detachment, we free ourselves from the burden of seeking validation and approval from outside sources. We learn to rely on our own values, principles, and inner peace to navigate the challenges and disrespect that life may throw our way. In conclusion, detachment is a vital Stoic lesson when it comes to handling disrespect. By practicing detachment, we can maintain our inner tranquility and respond to disrespect in a measured and Stoic manner. It allows us to detach ourselves from external opinions, focus on our own character and values, and respond with kindness and respect. By staying Stoic and embracing detachment, we can navigate through disrespect with grace, preserve our inner peace, and ultimately lead a more fulfilling and resilient life. Lesson 8. Respond with kindness and respect. In the face of disrespect, responding with kindness and respect is a powerful way to maintain your integrity, diffuse tense situations, and uphold your Stoic principles. It's important to remember that your reactions are within your control, and by choosing to respond with grace, you not only show strength of character, but also prevent the situation from escalating further. When someone disrespects you, it's natural to feel hurt, angry, or defensive. However, Stoicism teaches us to rise above these initial emotions and respond in a manner aligned with our values. Instead of retaliating with insults or aggression, choose to respond calmly, respectfully, and with empathy. Firstly, responding with kindness can help de-escalate the situation. When faced with disrespect, responding in a calm and composed manner can diffuse tension and prevent the situation from spiraling into a heated argument or confrontation. By choosing not to match disrespect with disrespect, you demonstrate emotional maturity and self-control. Secondly, responding with respect, even in the face of disrespect, allows you to maintain your own integrity. Stoicism emphasizes the importance of staying true to your principles, regardless of how others behave. By responding respectfully, you demonstrate that you refuse to be dragged into negative behavior and that your self-worth is not dependent on the opinions of others. Moreover, responding with kindness and respect can also lead to a more positive outcome in the long run. It opens up the possibility of constructive dialogue and understanding. By approaching the situation with respect, you may encourage the other person to reconsider their disrespectful behavior or even prompt them to reflect on their actions. This can foster a more productive and harmonious relationship, or at the very least, prevent the situation from worsening. It's worth noting that responding with kindness and respect does not mean accepting or tolerating ongoing disrespect. It's about setting boundaries and standing up for yourself assertively, but without resorting to rudeness or aggression. By maintaining your composure and responding respectfully, you communicate that you will not allow disrespectful behavior to define or control you. Practicing this Stoic lesson may not always be easy, especially when emotions are running high. It requires self-awareness, emotional regulation, and a commitment to personal growth. Here are a few practical steps to help you respond with kindness and respect. 1. Take a deep breath. Before responding, take a moment to ground yourself and regain your composure. This can help prevent impulsive reactions driven by anger or hurt. 2. Empathize. Try to understand the perspective or underlying motivations of the person disrespecting you. By considering their point of view, you may find it easier to respond with empathy and kindness. 3. Choose your words carefully. Respond in a calm and measured tone, choosing words that express your thoughts clearly and respectfully. Avoid personal attacks or defensive language. 4. Maintain open body language. Non-verbal cues play a significant role in communication. Maintain open and relaxed body language to show that you are receptive to a constructive conversation. 5. Set boundaries if necessary. If the disrespect continues or becomes harmful, Assertively communicate your boundaries and make it clear that such behavior is not acceptable. Remember, the goal is not to win an argument or prove your superiority, but to maintain your own inner peace and integrity. By responding with kindness and respect, you embody the principles of Stoicism and demonstrate strength of character in the face of disrespect. Lesson 9. Focus on your goals. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, wrote extensively about the significance of focusing on our goals in his personal journal, known as Meditations. He believed that life is too short to be wasted on distractions or external judgments. Instead, he encouraged individuals to concentrate on their own path and pursue their objectives with dedication and seriousness. When someone disrespects us, it can be easy to get caught up in negative emotions and lose sight of our goals. We might feel the urge to retaliate or seek validation from others. However, Stoicism teaches us to detach ourselves from external opinions and remain focused on our own growth and development. One way to implement this Stoic lesson is by practicing what Marcus Aurelius referred to as the discipline of perception. This involves reframing our perspective and recognizing that the disrespect we encounter is often a reflection of the other person's insecurities or issues, rather than a true judgment of our worth. By reminding ourselves of this, we can maintain our composure, preserve our self-respect, and stay dedicated to our goals. Focusing on our goals also means directing our attention and efforts towards what we can control. Stoicism emphasizes that we have power over our thoughts, actions, and attitudes, but not over external events or the opinions of others. Therefore, it is crucial to channel our energy into areas where we can make a difference. We can choose to respond to disrespect with kindness, respect, and dignity, understanding that our own character is more important than fleeting judgment. Marcus Aurelius believed in the value of living in alignment with our values and principles. By focusing on our goals, we prioritize our personal growth and the pursuit of virtue. We understand that external recognition or approval is secondary to the development of our own character. This mindset allows us to persevere in the face of disrespect, criticism, or setbacks without being swayed from our chosen path. Furthermore, staying focused on our goals helps us maintain a sense of purpose and meaning. When we have a clear vision of what we want to achieve, we are less likely to be derailed by the opinions or actions of others. We become resilient and determined, able to overcome obstacles and stay committed to our chosen course, regardless of external circumstances. To embody this Stoic lesson, it is essential to regularly reflect on our goals and remind ourselves why they matter to us. This could involve setting aside time for introspection, journaling, or visualizing our desired outcome. By keeping our goals at the forefront of our minds, we can stay motivated and centered, even in the face of disrespect. In conclusion, focusing on our goals is a powerful Stoic lesson that can help us navigate disrespect with resilience and grace. By detaching ourselves from external judgments, redirecting our attention to what truly matters, and staying dedicated to our personal growth, we can maintain our composure, preserve our self-respect, and continue moving forward. Remember, as you watch this video, to embrace the Stoic teachings, stay focused on your goals, and find inspiration in the wisdom of Marcus Aurelius. Lesson 10. Remember the impermanence of disrespect. Disrespect can be hurtful and challenging to deal with, but it is essential to remember that disrespect, like all things in life, is impermanent. It is a transient experience that will eventually pass, and its impact on our lives will diminish. This Stoic lesson encourages us to maintain a broader perspective and not let the negativity of disrespect consume us. Marcus Aurelius in his Meditations reminds us of the ephemeral nature of everything. He wrote, "Everything is ephemeral, both what remembers and what is being remembered." This powerful statement serves as a reminder that disrespect, just like any other external event, is temporary and fleeting. It may sting in the moment, but it does not define us or our worth in the long run. Understanding the impermanence of disrespect is crucial for maintaining our inner peace and emotional well-being. When we internalize this Stoic principle, we can view disrespectful acts as passing clouds in the sky, rather than allowing them to cast a shadow over our lives. We can choose not to dwell on them or let them affect our self-esteem and confidence. By recognizing the impermanence of disrespect, we can adopt a more stoic mindset. We accept that we cannot control how others perceive or treat us, but we have complete control over our own reactions and emotions. Stoicism teaches us to focus on what is within our control and not waste energy on things beyond our influence. When faced with disrespect, it is essential to separate ourselves from the situation and take a step back. We can remind ourselves that this disrespectful act or comment is temporary and will not have a lasting impact on our lives, unless we allow it to. By maintaining this perspective, we prevent ourselves from getting caught up in a cycle of negativity and resentment. Moreover, understanding the impermanence of disrespect allows us to respond with grace and dignity. Instead of reacting impulsively or seeking revenge, we can choose to respond calmly and thoughtfully. We can remind ourselves that engaging in a heated exchange or seeking retribution will only prolong the negative effects of disrespect. By staying stoic and composed, we maintain our integrity and show that we refuse to be dragged into negativity. Additionally, this stoic lesson encourages us to focus on our own growth and development rather than dwelling on disrespectful acts. We can channel our energy into pursuing our goals, practicing self-improvement and nurturing positive relationships. By doing so, we shift our attention away from the transient negativity of disrespect and towards meaningful endeavors that contribute to our overall well-being. In conclusion, the Stoic lesson of remembering the impermanence of disrespect empowers us to maintain our inner peace and emotional resilience. By understanding that disrespect is a fleeting experience, we can adopt a stoic mindset, respond with grace, and focus on our personal growth. This perspective allows us to navigate the challenges of disrespect with wisdom and composure, ensuring that it does not define us or hinder our progress on the path of virtue. So, let us stay stoic, watch till the end, and discover how we can rise above disrespect and cultivate a resilient mindset.